You're looking at several student-led protests in Sabah. It's the result of decades of neglect, corruption, and a long trail of poor administration. So I sought out to explain, why are Sabahan youths only beginning to take to the streets now? And as I dug deeper, I also discovered a series of ways the state government suppressed these protests. Protests like these are rare. Take a look at this timeline. It shows all the major demonstrations that has occurred in Sabah over the last 4 decades. However, for this video, I will only be focusing on the recent 2 anti-corruption demonstrations. To understand what led to the recent demonstrations, we first have to understand what led up to this moment. It's 2012 and Musa Aman, Sabah's longest-serving chief minister, has just been tied to a corruption scandal. He was alleged to have received over 280 million ringgit in exchange for granting timber licenses in Sabah. All 43 charges were dropped. Then, in 2015, 2 senior government officials from the Sabah State Water Department were arrested with 114 million ringgit in cash and more luxury goods, allegedly from Sabah's water supply funds. And then in 2024, a corruption scandal rocked Sabah again. Several assemblymen from GRS were alleged to have sought kickbacks from mining concessions. And then, in the midst of it all, Musa Aman was appointed as Sabah's state governor. On December 16, 2024, students from Suara Mahasiswa UMS announced an anti-corruption rally in front of the Sabah State Administrative Building, planned for December 31st, with official police permission. Just days later, a pro-government group called PLG said they would hold a counter-demonstration at the same time and place. For the students, this marked the start of a series of moves by the state and its allies to suppress their protests. PLG is linked to the state and federal government. Photos show Deputy Chief Minister Shahalmi Yahya and Anwar Ibrahim's political secretary Kamil Munim officiating its launch in Sabah. Other images place PLG at GRS's coalition events. There were also claims that members were paid 30 ringgit each to join the counter-demonstration. Under Malaysia's Peaceful Assembly Act of 2012, counter-assemblies must be held at a different time, place, or date. Police instructed PLG to move theirs to Anjung Selera, nearby. Even so, the students' plans moved ahead until December 25th, 6 days before the rally. That's when the Sabah state government suddenly announced a state carnival, Carnival Ria, to be held at the same site at the same time.
Carnival Ria Kinabalu dinamakan sebagai itu, dan sangat-sangat last minute untuk menyekat ataupun menghalang mobilisasi Perhimpunan Aman Gempur Rasuah Sabah.
3 days later, on December 28th, the Public Works Department issued road closure notices. Then, by December 30th, just a day before, police withdrew permission for the rally, citing peace, order, and well-being of Carnival Ria visitors. Despite this, on December 31st, students went ahead. Heavily armed police from the 21st General Operation Force and riot squads were waiting. Around 3:40 p.m., pro-government supporters marched from Anjung Selera straight into the protest site, ignoring police instructions, and shouted insults to provoke the crowd.
Daripada kau berdemo, bagus kau pergi dugam.
Fast forward, on June 21st, 2025, another anti-corruption demonstration was taking place, organized by the same group. Sometime that night, however, the president of Suara Mahasiswa, Fathil Qasim, was notified that his car had been vandalized. Upon further inspection, it was learned that acid had been splashed over his car.
Jadi kalaulah mahasiswa tidak bersuara hari ini, masyarakat kecil seperti kita yang ditimpa dengan masalah air, jalan raya yang rosak menghubungkan daerah-daerah besar, gaji minima kita masih rendah, kos sara hidup kita sentiasa tinggi, dan kadar pengangguran kita tidak pernah turun. Kita akan ditindas lagi dan lagi.
My winning project is titled How the Sabah State Government Suppresses Protesters, specifically student protesters in Sabah. I basically broke down the timeline, Sabah's history of corruption, Sabah's history of past demonstrations. Then I also covered how the state government and its allies are essentially working together through coercion to suppress these student demonstrators. And this especially came during the time when 15 assemblymen were recorded secretly with allegedly accepting bribes. And it was truly shocking to the point where students from UMS who hasn't had water for months, almost a year, and now they're out protesting. From my video, you could see how the Sabah state government all of a suddenly set up a carnival 6 days before the demonstration just to suppress the protesters.